Yes, people, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Touchline Facts. First and foremost, smash the like button up. First and foremost, also let me know if the comments is the mic all good, all that good stuff. I will be joined by Reacts. That guy is moving fraudulent. He is about 30 minutes late. So blame him. He's going to be literally about 5-10 minutes, he said. So he should be there soon. But big up to every single one of you in the chat. Make sure you smash that like button up. Make sure you hit that sub button up, all that good stuff. Try and get to 20 likes, and Reacts will be joining me in at any moment now. But we are going to be doing some UCL predictions as well, because obviously UCL was literally today. It actually kicks off in less than 3 hours. We'll be talking Arsenal, we're going to be talking Liverpool, we're going to be talking Man United as we do on this Red Cartel show and all that good stuff. So make sure you hit that like button up, make sure that sub button up, and yes, people. So I'm going to start my predictions that I'm going to go with for the rest of the Champions League. Tonight I'm going to go with 2-1 Liverpool. Oh, what? You have to sign in. Well, I'm not signing in. So hold on a minute, lads. Hold on a minute, lads. Well, that's just ruined my idea. I thought you could just put predictions in. I'll just do this then. I'll do this. I'll do this. So I'm gonna go with tonight. I'm gonna go with PSG Chelsea. I'm gonna go. That's tomorrow, isn't it? But I'm gonna go with a draw. No, so I'll just do it this way. I'm gonna go with Chelsea to beat PSG over 2 legs. I think Chelsea having the second leg at home is a big thing. I think PSG are a bit. We don't really know what's going on. I do think Enrique, personally, I think Enrique's head is in Manchester. I think, it's no surprise since, Amorim got the sack that, PSG have fallen off a cliff and they've been knocked out of a competition. They almost lost the cup final to Marseille and all that stuff. So it's no surprise since then that they've been all over the place. In my opinion, I think Enrique wants that United job. I think he's head somewhere else. Galatasray, Liverpool. I'm going to go Liverpool over 2 legs. I think maybe tonight might be a draw, and then they might win the second leg at Anfield or whatever. But I think they will get them over 2 legs. We aren't in the top 10. What are you talking about? Are you malfunctioning? What are you talking about? Are you not even in the top 10? I'll talk about someone else. Real Madrid, Man City. I'm going to edge it Man City over 2 legs. I'm going to edge it over Man City over 2 legs. Let me know what you lot think, by the way. Maybe what you lot think. Why would he go United? Don't ask me, pal. Yeah, I mean, just when you know that knock's different. By the way, I might have to cook Hassam live on stream again because I was watching the El Awar show and the absolute nonsense that he said Chelsea have more pull than Man United. This is the type of stuff people come out and waffle about. Chelsea have got more pull than Manchester United. The only club in the Premier League that I will not happily say, but I will admit and I will say has definitely 1,000,000% got more pull than Man United is Manchester City, purely based off the fact they have the best manager in world football. That's the only reason, but that's a bit off topic. Anyways, speaking of the Blue Birdies cheating 115s, I do think the cheating 115s are going to beat Real Madrid over 2 legs. They have the second leg at Old Trafford. They wish. Yeah, I mean, that's a real stadium, pal, not the one paid for by the taxpayer. Man City, Real Madrid. I think Man City will beat them. I think they might even beat them at both legs, to be honest with you. Maybe like 2-1 both legs, something like that. I do think they'll beat them. No Mbappe. I don't know if Mbappe's going to... Mbappe might play the second leg, but I don't think he's going to play the first leg. Rodrigo's out. Alvaro's out. Bellingham's out. There's plenty of players out. Yeah, Sam does hate United. Sam ain't right, though, because Chelsea have got nowhere near. Do you know what it is? You know what's funny? Yeah, it's like, big up to Ahmed. Ahmed was arguing so bad on that show, bro. I'm like, you do know they were saying Man United can't sign big players anymore. I'm like, they do know, like, in the last 5 years, we signed the biggest player of all time. They do know that, right? They do know that. They do know Ronaldo joined Man United, right? They do know that in the last 5 years. They do know we signed Casemiro as well the next summer. You know what I mean? When Real Madrid wanted to keep him. They do know we signed Lenny Yoro, who Liverpool and Real Madrid wanted. All right, Lenny Yoro's not a star, but do you get what I'm saying? Casemiro and Ronaldo are big. But he wants to say, talking about Isak. No one even wanted Isak because no one wanted to pay the money of Isak. You know what I'm saying? Bruv, Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the best players, the biggest superstar ever in football, and I'm hearing that we don't have pull. Like, the only club I will say is Manchester City, and when Pep Guardiola leaves, Man United will then go back to being the most attractive football club in the country. People cannot admit that. That's all. That's fine. They want to lie. That you can lie all you want. Do you get what I'm saying? There will be players that will choose Liverpool over Man United. I'm not going to sit and pretend there isn't. However, do you know what I'm saying? We all know Man United are in the same bracket as Liverpool and Arsenal when it comes to attracting players. Anyways, Back onto thinking, Atlanta Bayern, that should be Bayern. I think Bayern probably beat them in both legs. To be honest, they'll definitely beat them at home. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to bite. I'm not even trying to bite, bro. Like, we've got more pull than you. We've always had more pull than you because we're a bigger football club than you. That's the reality of the situation. We're a bigger football club than you. That is not rage bait. Not genuinely, not even trying to wind anyone up. We are genuinely by far. I won't say by far, but we are a more attractive football club than Chelsea because of the fact of who we are and as a football club. Do you know what I'm saying? Newcastle, Barca. By the way, anyone else seen this app? And I thought City Paul was bad, by the way. Anyone else seen this absolute glaze fest on Twitter? Oh, Lamine Yamal's coming to St. James Park. Oh, little did you know this little young boy, 15 years later, will be watching Barcelona at the St. James Park. Oh, go on the mags. Oh, Barcelona's coming to town. You just know, do you know what I'm saying? I mean, deep down, this is how they feel. You know, every time they play Man United, isn't it? That's how they feel. Yeah, every time Newcastle play Man United, this is exactly how they feel. Oh, we got Brian and Bruno coming to St. James Park. Probably felt like we got Bruno Fernandes coming to St. James's Park and all this stuff. They definitely feel the same way when they play Man United. Their cup final, a big game for them. And ultimately, this glaze session is the most embarrassing thing ever. They shouldn't be in the Champions League. I don't even think if you put Crystal Palace in the Champions League, they would react. They probably would. But again, Crystal Palace fans don't think they're a big club. Newcastle fans act and talk like they're a big football club. And the reality is they aren't. They are actually a small football club. And this just proves it. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm never hearing that they're a big club hype when they're gassing up. Oh, I can't wait to see Jules Koundé at St. James's Park tonight. Allow it, mate. Allow it. Man said living in the 2010s. We signed Ronaldo in 2021, mate. The biggest superstar. That's bigger than any player you've ever signed in your history, mate. But don't worry, though, because Don Hassan tells everyone we don't have Paul. And we are less attractive than Chelsea Football Club. Chelsea Football Club. We are less attractive, lads, than Chelsea Football Club. Crazy works. Anyways, Atletico Tottenham. This will be 4-0 tonight. This is tonight. It's going to be 4-0 tonight. It's going to be an absolute slapping, if you ask me. To be honest with you, I think they're going to absolutely batter them, Atleti, tonight. Sorloth against that high line. Alvarez, Griezmann, Lookman. Oh my gosh, that attack's going to feed, mate. There's going to be generations feeding tonight. I really do hope Tottenham Hotspur, for their own sake, just rest players so they don't get any more injuries. Put the academy graduates out there and let's see, I'm saying, how they get on, but get them some experience out there because ultimately it's hilarious. But even I'm looking forward to see in Yamal. No, but Wesley, it's not that. It's just the way, bro. If I showed you on Twitter, bro, the way that they're reacting to the fact that new Barcelona's in town, it's like how those girls react when they see an Ed Sheeran or something, or they see a Harry Styles. Do you know what I'm saying? It's honestly the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen in my life. Newcastle fans should never claim they're a big football club. But we've got this Ford who is currently 27 minutes late.
No, apologies, man. I had to sort some out for my girlfriend, innit? So
yeah. Of course you did, mate. Girlfriend and you. Let's not lie there, Paul. Anyways, I'm going Atleti versus Tottenham. I'm going Atleti tonight, and I think they'll probably draw at the second leg because I think this leg will be done tonight. I genuinely think Atleti are going to batter them tonight. Atleti score a lot of goals, especially since Lookman's coming. But even before Lookman, they banged 5 past Real Madrid. They banged 5 past Frankfurt. Well, they do score goals. They have goals in them. They have ability to pepper teams. I think they're going to absolutely pepper Tottenham tonight. Bodo Glimt versus Sporting. I'm going to go Bodo Glimt over 2 legs. I think, Bodo Glimt will beat them. And Arsenal, Leverkusen. Again, I'm going to go Arsenal. I think Arsenal will probably do that in the first leg, to be honest with you. Then it'll be Chelsea versus Liverpool in the quarterfinals. I think Liverpool win that. I do think Liverpool win that over 2 legs. I'll be honest. I think Chelsea get knocked out by Liverpool. And then I think Man City and Bayern. This one will be a great tie. Please, I do think Company. I was on Judge Mo's channel, and they were saying, what Company couldn't even beat Arteta, but how's he going to beat Pep? Like Pep can even beat Arteta because Pep can't even beat Arteta at the minute. It's hilarious, but I don't care about that logic. I care about actual logic, and for me, Bayern Munich will beat Manchester City over 2 legs, and Bayern Munich will have the second leg, by the way,
I disagree, by the way.
You think Man City will beat Bayern Munich?
I think Man City goes to the Champions League final.
Well, you explain that to me then, please.
Well, for starters, they've got the best striker in the world. You know, Rodri's.
Hold on, do they? Do they?
What? Haaland's not the best striker in the world.
Well, I mean, it's very arguable because Harry Kane's got about 50 goals this season. He's played about 30 games.
And Haaland's been injured, and he's still putting up insane numbers.
Haaland was injured for one game. What are you talking about?
Look it up. He's been having problems for the past couple of weeks.
He's been injured for one game, brother, and he scored one goal in 10 games.
So where do you rank Haaland?
How can you be the best striker in the world when you've gone one goal in 10? You're not doing that.
Well, that's just stupid then. Because all right, then I'm going to ask you a question. Would you still put Mo Salah in the top 5 right wingers in world football?
No, probably not.
Top 10?
I'd have to think about it.
Because some people will still put Mo Salah in the top 5, and his numbers have been poor this season.
Yeah, but but it's not that Haaland's not in the top 5 though. Haaland is in the top 5, but I'm not saying Harry Kane's better than Haaland, by the way, because I don't think he is. But I'm saying a lot of people will say you're going off that argument. That argument is terrible because Harry Kane is on Bayern Munich's team, and a lot of people will say Harry Kane's a better striker than Haaland, even goals wise and ability wise and playing wise and stuff like that. So for me, I think that argument's very weak. Now, but you think they're going to beat him just because they got Erling Haaland?
Okay, let's look at the rest of their team. Yeah, okay. Well, I think we can all agree Donnarumma is the best goalkeeper in the world. Yeah,
I'd agree. He's definitely better than that forward that plays for your club.
For me, the only way they get to the final now, there is context, like I said.
But you act as if Manuel Neuer is not the best keeper of all time.
Well, no, because in my lifetime, he probably is. But all
he is. I think he is general, bro. Is there any other goalkeeper that's completed football? And he almost won a Ballon d'Or.
Well, I can't. In my lifetime, I listened to the best Premier League goalkeeper, but I didn't get to see prime Schmeichel. So I can't comment.
Yeah, I don't think Schmeichel could chat to Neuer, bro. I don't think anyone could chat to Neuer. I think he's the only keeper I've ever known to complete football, and he almost won a Ballon d'Or, by the way. He was born in the Messi Ronaldo era, so I think he finished 3rd, but he literally could have won a Ballon d'Or if he didn't have that era. It weren't Messi Ronaldo, because 2014 he finished 3rd in the Ballon d'Or. I remember watching on Sky Sports, stuff like that.
And if you look at the rest of Man City's team, Guehi's been very good since coming in. Nouri's actually getting into decent form. Matheus Nunes has probably been one of the most surprising good players for Manchester City this season. If they can keep Diaz fit, they're going to have a bit of a consistency in the back 4. O'Reilly's balling out. Rodri's slowly getting better. Bernardo Silva's in a bit of decent form. Even though I don't rate Semenyo, he's bagging goals and assists. Doku's been okay. And Haaland's going to click again at some point. And they've not even got that many injuries. The only big one is Gvardiol. Like, Kovacic barely plays. And I think they've got like another brother that's out injured, but he doesn't play anyway.
Right, so but they are playing well.
I just think Man City, you can't write off Man City of not going to the final, in my opinion.
Because I wouldn't say they're not playing well, but the last couple of games, they haven't been playing well. Leeds, they didn't play well. Leeds were all over them. Yeah, they got a win. Fair play, you win the game. But ultimately, Leeds literally had 3 or 4 clear-cut chances. Should have had a penalty. City should have had a red card. And you failed to mention the fact that Bayern Munich have also got arguably one of the best strikers on the planet. They've all arguably got the best other than Yamal, the best right winger on the planet. They've got Kimmich, who's been balling. I still stand by Kimmich as a right back. However, this season in DM, he's been absolutely unbelievable. He's actually having a good season for once at DM. Palovic is decent as well. Musiala is, we know how good Musiala is. You get what I'm saying? Better than that bum Verts. Luis Diaz, you should know how good he is. You get what I'm saying? He scored a lot. Luis Diaz's numbers are really good. I think Luis Diaz must have like 25, 30 GA this season. So their attack, for me, their attack's the best in the world. Their attack. I know Man City have also got a really good attack, but for me, Bayern Munich attack edges it.
Yeah, but at least he's been balling in the Champions League, mate.
We're not talking about Arsenal, brother. At least he's been doing it what?
He said Elise's Bundesliga attacks.
Yeah, but I mean, at least
Yeah,
at least they had
yeah.
10 goals and 10 goals and 6 assists in 19 games when he was in the Premier League last time. So again, that whole Bundesliga tax don't work with a player like him. He's just when you're a baller, innit? You know what I'm saying? Elise he is good. I wouldn't say Elise he's like, I don't think he's world class. I don't think he's world class. I mean, to be fair, in this era, people would say he's world class, but I don't think he's world class.
He's the second best winger in the planet. Left
He's not the second best winger. He's second best right winger, yeah.
Who's better than Elise on the wings right
now? Skelly is better than him. That's one.
I would say Kvaratskhelia this season.
Kvaratskhelia is definitely better than him. Just a better player than him. Obviously, Lamine Yamal's better than him. Anyone else? I mean, if we're counting Cherky as a winger, then I'm taking Cherky over Elise. That's it, though. Other than that, no, probably not. Dembele, but Dembele for me is not a winger. He's playing as a false nine now. His best position is false nine right now because he's the best of the season. There, he scores bare goals. So, but Dembele can't be considered a winger anymore. Palmer, even Palmer is best, but not anymore.
No, not Palmer. Palmer's a baller, but no. Let's not do this.
Man said Saka is better than Elise. Anyways, on that note, I'm going Bayern to beat Man City. Then I'm going Barca. Is it Barca Atletico? I think Barca slapped them. To be honest with you, I think they'll beat him over 2 legs. Lamine Yamal, mate.
Honestly, Newcastle was good against them early in the season in the groups.
No, they weren't. They got popped off the park, mate.
No, the first half was brilliant.
They got popped off the park, bro.
They conceded a world-class Rashford goal and another Rashford goal. That was it.
Yeah, and then they scored in the last minute to make it 2-1.
What Newcastle need to do is take fucking Nick Voltermader out of midfield. He's doing what he's doing with Joe Linton. It's just not working.
Yeah, but they have no midfielders. They do have midfielders, but they have no. I think Kvara is not better, man. He's been this season. He's been struggling with his injury. In the Monaco game, he had to be subbed off because they were losing 2-0 and he did nothing. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying he's been better this season, but Kvaratskhelia is a better football player than Michael Elise. He's a better winger than him.
Well, I don't.
Better than him. He's just better at football than him.
I would take Kvara because we need a Kvara type player, pace and power. But if you're talking technical ability,
bro, Kvaratskhelia is techie, you know.
I know. Yeah, I'm not saying he isn't, but I'm saying if you're asking me what I would rather want, I'd rather have Kvaratskhelia because
Elise is not P&P. He doesn't really even use his pace, and he's definitely not powerful. But yeah, I have Arsenal Bodo. Arsenal will beat Bodo, and then it will be Arsenal Barca in the semis and Liverpool Bayern in the semis for me. I think. I mean, the second leg will be in Munich. The second leg will be in Munich. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Bayern
in the quarters.
Chelsea.
I think PSG go through.
I think Chelsea go through.
I'm actually nervous about tonight. I think we actually lose tonight, but we actually bring it back in the second leg.
I think your team's terrible, bro.
But you got to get into the semi.
Alisson's injured again. Shock horror, lads. Shock horror. Alisson's injured again, lads.
Yeah, but he's back at the weekend.
That guy is the most bang overrated goalkeeper. He's the most bang overrated goalkeeper to play football, and that's not me saying he's bad because he's a good goalkeeper.
When was that time you had a goalkeeper nominated for the Ballon d'Or?
Would you say?
When was that time you had a goalkeeper nominated for the Ballon d'Or?
Me, when I had a goalkeeper for the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
De Gea has been nominated for the Ballon d'Or before, bro.
But when was that? That's what I'm saying.
2018. And he won no trophies, by the way. He won 0 trophies and got nominated for the Ballon d'Or.
Alisson came like 7th, mate.
What did he do?
Alisson is the best goalkeeper of, I would say, the past 8 years in terms of consistency.
Who's he been competing with, mate?
Thibaut Courtois.
Oh, what? You talking outside the Prem?
Yes.
No chance, because Courtois is better than him.
No, I'm talking about the consistency of the past 8 years. Let's not forget, in the past 8 years, he was also at Chelsea. And at Chelsea, he was at best.
He wasn't at Chelsea in the last 8 years.
He left Chelsea in 2019.
No, he left Chelsea in 2017.
No,
2018. 2018.
Yeah, because they sold Courtois to Madrid and signed Kepa.
It was 2018.
When Alisson first came to Liverpool, he was the best goalkeeper in the world. He was untouchable. No one was touching Alisson.
Is this true?
Why are you letting him say these things? Just weeks ago, he was saying Elise to Liverpool, but now he prefers. Mate, I'm talking. Yeah, but Liverpool need more of a Kvara type player. We need a player that's actually going to run at our fullbacks and use their pace and power. I prefer Elise, but I'm talking about what Liverpool need for their team. Like Kvara, we would probably need Kvara more if we than fucking Lamine Yamal. But I'm taking Lamine Yamal. It's not really hard to understand. Kvara is more important to Liverpool than Elise would, but I prefer Elise. Do you know what I mean? We need a pace and power winger. Elise isn't that, but I prefer Elise as a footballer. If we already had a Kvara type player, I'm taking Elise every day of the week. So yeah, I think we face Man City in the semi-final, and then I think I don't know
Man
who goes.
City in the final will allow it. Allow it. You're so delusional. You think you're getting to the final?
No, did you not hear what I said? I said I think either us or Man City will go through. I think it'll be Man City.
Oh, I thought you said
Liverpool,
you faced them in the final.
No, because we're gonna play them on
Oh,
the
yeah,
same
you
team.
can't. You can't. Yeah, sorry, you can't. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we get to the semis because I fancy us against Chelsea if we could play them, and we should be beating Galatasaray because Anfield's going to be fully packed for the second leg. There's no away fans, so
Yo, check
60,000.
the private chat quickly, by the way.
What do you mean?
Just go look at it quickly. What's it called? But yeah, anyways, Alisson's bang overrated. Then it's gonna be right. So what's it? Bayern, Liverpool, and Arsenal, Barca. So I'm gonna go Bayern, Liverpool. I think they'll beat you. They will beat you. But personally, I do think Liverpool will give them a good game. But I think the second leg being at Bayern as well. I know Liverpool will stink out the gaff. However, I think the quality of that Bayern team will be crazy. Do you get what I'm saying? That attack. All right, sweet. Because I thought I was about hard attack. I thought I like saying happened to my one. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, sweet. It doesn't say your subscribers, isn't it?
No, it's cool.
It's gone down. So yeah, I'm gonna go Bayern. The fact that I think even this is me not even being biased. Like I could probably have you going out to Galatasray, knowing the actual real me. But I'm going to
So
go
you
with.
think we have no chance against Bayern Munich? Is that what you're saying?
Where have I said that?
I'm saying, do you have us having a chance against Bayern Munich? Because I think
you got a chance, but I don't think you're going to win.
I think if we
same way Chelsea have a chance against you, but I don't think they're going to win.
We have to win the first leg, though. If we win the first leg, I think we'll go through.
I don't think you will win the first leg, and then it's what Barca Arsenal. Now I can't lie to you, bro. The way them set pieces are going to be raining in, but if there's one team over the last 15, 20 years or 10 years or whatever that could play the Pep Guardiola football that Arteta does play, he does play a brand of it in terms of Arteta doesn't play tiki-taka, Arteta keeps the ball. That's how he wins so many set pieces, because he gets the ball and then they play to the corner flag because they have so many players on the ball. However, Barcelona, right, will have more of the ball against Arsenal because they're better. They've got better footballers at keeping the ball than Arsenal Football Club. They've got Pedri, who's better on the ball than Declan Rice and Zubimendi and the other midfielder, whatever that may be, Eze or whatever. They got De Jong, who's also very good at keeping the ball. They got the 10, who's very good at keeping the ball. And then they've also got the best footballer in the world at this moment in time. This guy, Lamine Yamal, is... Oh, mate, honestly, he is a joke of a footballer. An absolute joke of a footballer. He is going to absolutely tear Lewis Hall a new one tonight. And I love Lewis Hall, but honestly, he is going to take his life tonight, bro. Lewis Hall might never be back from this, bro. He might never come back from tonight's absolute cooking that he's going to get. But yeah, I just think the set pieces. See, I don't feel like Arsenal could do the quad. I'm going to go Barca to beat Arsenal. I
I
am going
agree
to go Barca to beat Arsenal.
because they're
No,
at the
I'm changing
cup.
my mind. I'm going to go Barca to beat Arsenal because I don't see how Arsenal. I can see Arsenal getting to the FA Cup. I think too much football as well will end up doing it. I know they have got a good squad, but the thing is of Arsenal for me is they
I
do
think
look
it's
a bit
too
gassed
much
at
for
times,
Mikel
and I just
Arteta.
think that Barca team. I think I'm starting to believe. I don't think they're a perfect team. But they've got a perfect footballer, and I just think everyone else in their team is you've got Pedri, who's good, but they've got good players in their team, but they have that guy who will just drag them through. I think in this scenario, and I think unless David Raya does something mad, like has a David De Gea-esque performance, I think they're gonna beat him potentially for 2 legs. I think the second leg is in at the Emirates, which is a very good thing for them. But Barca, you know what Barca are like, in it. Barca, they can play home or away. They can be 3-0 up and they'll play away leg, right? And yeah, they're
Barca's
defensive.
got a
You're
fantastic
right, bro.
record against Arsenal as well.
Yeah, they have. But the thing is, you see what Barca and Arsenal is. Maybe I am flip flopping, by the way, because I might change my mind closer. Yesterday I was saying Arsenal. Now I thought about it, I do feel like Barca could be. I don't know yet. I really don't know. It's a very hard thing to guess, but that is not true. By the way, that cannot be true. That cannot be true. That Barca haven't kept a clean sheet since 4th of December 2024. That can't be true. I'm sure they kept a clean sheet. Yeah, they kept a clean sheet against the 3-0 game they won. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. There you go. Yeah, that's cap. But yeah, bro. Don't know, man. I'm gonna go Barca. I think Barca will beat them, hopefully. But I guess we'll see. And yeah, man, I think Barca will be in the final against Bayern Munich, and then I think Bayern Munich will beat them. But again, if Barca's in the final, I mean, I'd love Bayern Munich to win the Champions League just so they get another one over
Barcelona I think in terms of what they've got to focus on, they're at the Cups. I think by then the league will be wrapped up. I think Madrid will just fall too much behind.
Same with Bayern, though.
Sorry?
Same with Bayern, by the way. Their league will be wrapped up by then.
Well, they still have the Pokal.
So what does that mean? They'll play a one-off game before the final.
I suppose, but there's that quickly on Arsenal. We've seen with Arteta when there's too much, he panics. He ain't gonna be able to juggle the Carabao Cup, the Prem, the FA Cup, and the Champions League. And no one can say to me, "Oh well, they've got easy teams." This brother's still gonna play a strong team. Look at the team he played against fucking Mansfield Town. This guy's still gonna start your Sakas, your Gabriels, your Salibas against your Port Vale, whoever. I forgot who they got. Southampton. He's still gonna go with a strong team. The minute they lose, Gabriel, Saka, he's washed. I don't rate him anymore. If I'm being honest, I think if Arsenal actually go at Barcelona, I actually think they'll have more of a chance rather than playing boring and negative football, because they actually do have players like Jokeris that can get in behind. Because
how do they play negative football?
Well, it's just very much side to side, mate. Literally just making teams pressure.
Well, and Barca don't do side to side passing.
Yeah, at least Barcelona is actually attractive and good to watch. Arsenal, you can fall asleep.
Oh, well, but they do the same thing. They all do a million sideways passes, bro. I've always pushed back against this type of football, and I'm saying that now.
But they have players that will get on the ball and that will actually want to do things and make you get off your seat and go, "Oh yeah, that's sick." But there's not a player in the Arsenal team where I'm like, you know what, you're exciting to watch.
Yeah, but that's your personal feeling of excitement to watch. Do you know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean anything. I remember when Jose Mourinho were winning this competition and stuff like that, and he wasn't playing exciting football, was he? Well, he was playing good football.
That's Jose Mourinho. This is fucking Mikel Arteta. He's won one trophy at Arsenal.
Yeah, and he's going to win more this season.
I think they only win one trophy, by the way.
Which is what?
Probably the FA Cup.
So you think they lose the league in the League Cup?
Yeah. I think Man City have got a game in hand. They win that, it's 4 points. Man City will win at the Etihad, I'm telling you.
They won't win at the Etihad.
And I just got a feeling that those. I think Arsenal will lose the league. They lose the League Cup final.
He played. Yeah, he did play Salmon. You're right. I don't even know who Salmon is. Salmonella.
Well, you know, mate, you still played a decent enough squad.
Did he play? That doesn't sound like a good team for me. I think Salmon's a centre back, isn't he? I think he was a centre back or he was an attacker. I can't remember
now. So I think they might just win the FA Cup because they're going to beat Southampton.
So who's winning out of you and City in the FA Cup?
I think it just depends on what Man City's team is. They've got their feet. Lucky enough for us, what goes in our favour, they've got the likes.
Have you seen Man City's remaining fixtures in the Premier League?
I've seen the next 6-7 games. I know it's.
They've got Chelsea away, which they ain't going to win.
Mate, they'll beat Chelsea. Come on, man.
They won't beat Chelsea. You see, this guy and his hopium, bro. They ain't beating Chelsea.
Hopium? What? I don't support Man City, bro.
Yeah, you are. You're City Paul, bro. City Paul's a hopium.
City Paul.
City Paul.
Why would I care about Arsenal? I don't live in London.
Why do you act like you don't care about Arsenal, bro? It doesn't matter. Arsenal are a bigger football club than Man City, and you.
I live in London. Then
no. You Liverpool fans do care about Arsenal because you're insecure about Arsenal, and I'll tell you why you're insecure about Arsenal. Because
why are we insecure?
If Arteta wins one Premier League, he's now equalled Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah,
and that's the fact.
But the only reason it's annoying is because you'll have people that won't have a good level of brain cells to understand there is actually context to that. You'll have some zesty people on Twitter who will put out
in 100 years' time, no one cares about context. No one cares about the context. They'll care about Jurgen Klopp finished second a couple of times, and so did Arteta. Because if you're going to go off that logic, by the way, Arteta also finished second to Pep Guardiola's Man City twice.
Yeah, second 3 times in a row.
Yeah, and to them not twice. And he also went down to the last day on one of them. So your context is the same thing as them. Other than the fact you got 97 points, which is, that's inhumane. But other than that one season, even if you just count that one season, say you won the
Premier League. 92 points and lost it on the
I don't think you can, because I hate this narrative of, because they got 97 points, they didn't win the league. We should just give him a voluntary.
He lost one game in 30
and that stopped you winning the league. There you go. You didn't. You was also 8 points clear.
You lost the league by that.
No one talks about the fact you were 8 points clear that season and you went to the Etihad. All you had to do was not lose.
No, we didn't. They had a game in hand.
Yeah. So you were 8 points clear and they had a game in hand, and you had to play them at the Etihad.
Yeah.
And you played them. at Anfield.
You got robbed in that game. Company should have been sent off. And
here we go.
Cry me
a river.
We scored the best goal in the league that season against them when we bopped him off the park, and then Firmino backhead a stick in the game we lost 2-1.
Did that win you the league title if you scored the best goal of the season? I don't understand what you're talking about.
No, I'm just saying that. A lot of people say, by the way, that's probably one of the best Premier League games of all time, which I don't understand.
I don't. I think, because it's the highest level. That wasn't the highest level. The highest level was Man United, Chelsea, Man United, Arsenal. Better teams than that Liverpool team. I'll tell you that now.
Well, that Liverpool team almost literally did an unbeaten double, so...
Yeah, almost. I almost won a quadruple in 09, brother. And I won. If it weren't for a Barcelona team, I would have
got the closest to the quad. We was 2 games away.
Have you been the closest to the quad?
Yeah, because we lost the Champions League final and we was 10 minutes away in the Premier League from winning the league. We won the 2 cups. The Champions League final we lost.
What do you mean you was 10 minutes away?
Man City was 2-0 down with like 12 minutes to go, and then Rodri scored.
2-0 down with like 30 minutes to go.
No, it wasn't. Look it up. Gundogan scored with like 10 to go.
It definitely weren't 10 to go, I'm telling you.
It was. Gundogan bagged 2, and then Kevin De Bruyne and Rodri in that masterclass.
Looking at it right now. Hold on.
Have a look when they scored
15 to go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't know it was. I'm pretty sure the number 76 was in my head. Yeah, then Rodri scored straight after, didn't he? They scored 3 goals in 5 minutes. So, Coutinho scored late on. Yeah, exactly. So, bro, but that again, that's cool. But you didn't win the league, so you can't be considered close.
I think you could argue that moment. I'm not saying it's comparable to Aguero, because Aguero is. I don't know if that's never going to happen ever again, to the magnitude of that. But to come back from 2-0 down with like 15 to go is fucking mental.
Yeah,
And we were,
I don't
we
get
was
what you're
all
trying to-
having a party thinking, yes, we are winning this bloody league.
so you are kind of admitting that you are insecure about the fact that
I'm not
you know,
insecure.
if Arteta does win the Premier
I
League,
don't go to bed at night thinking
he
"Fuck
has
me, Arsenal
equalled
might win the
Jurgen
league."
Klopp in the Premier League.
I won't say I'm insecure. It just annoys me with mobs in football. I won't say I'm insecure. I don't go to bed at night thinking, fuck me, Arteta's going to win the league.
Because if you're going to go on if buts and maybes, as I said, I was once 2 points away from going 7 league titles in a row, and I was also a Barcelona team away, the greatest team ever, apparently.
Bang average Liverpool team finished 4 points behind Man United in the title race as well.
That wasn't a bang average Liverpool team. Let's not lie. Let's really not lie. That's not a bang average Liverpool team. You're lying. You're straight up lying now. They had Xabi Alonso. They had Steven Gerrard. They had Mascherano. Bear in mind, Xabi Alonso and Mascherano both went on to win multiple Champions Leagues, by the way.
Did you not do 3 in a row? So we was already at a disadvantage.
Yeah, we won number 18. We equaled your 18 on your head top, and you didn't do anything about it. And yeah, Fernando Torres, who at the time people were saying is the best striker in the world.
He was.
That's what I'm saying. So you didn't have a bang average team. Yeah, Pepe Reina. Pepe Reina was a top keeper, by the way. So he had a very good team. Very good team. Yeah, that reset left back, a very good left back.
But your team was better than ours.
Well, obviously, but you said it was a bang average Liverpool team. It wasn't a bang average Liverpool team. That Liverpool team in 09 was very good. Very good. Very good. And Steven Gerrard was banging goals in that season. Gerrard played right wing that season, didn't he? He played off the striker, or he played off the striker. It was him and Torres.
Yeah. Behind Torres, yeah.
Yeah. Something like that.
But that annoys me because that team won literally no trophies. Didn't win a fucking damn thing.
Yeah, we almost won the quad. But I'm saying you're going at if buts and maybes. If it weren't for that,
we won a League Cup about 3 years later.
You want to add context to it? Can you add context to our Champions Leagues then? Because you Liverpool fans are pushing out this narrative, and it's hilarious. It's honestly hilarious that Fergie only won 2 in 26 years Champions Leagues. Well, then by your own logic, because I could do Jurgen Klopp only won 1 in 9 years, right? Premier Leagues, we can all do that. And then by that logic, by the way,
how many finals did Fergie get to in Champions League finals?
4, and he lost 2 of them to the best teams ever. Apparently, the cheating team, the team that had that midget on the yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? And that team absolutely tore everyone a new one. And bear in mind, if he had won the Champions League that year in 09, we would have won the Champions League back to back, and we would have done it both times. Both times we would have done it unbeaten. By the way, we would have done it unbeaten. We had the longest ever unbeaten streak in Champions League history.
Okay, but in my opinion, I would argue 97 more points is more heartbreaking than losing a Champions League final.
What does that even mean?
You're saying about context and that comparing them both. For me, losing a league on 97 points, how fucking insane it is, with the context of losing 1 game in 13 months, is far worse than losing a Champions League final to the greatest team of our lifetimes.
I'm confused. What are you trying to get at here?
No, you're saying you're trying to apply context. Oh, Fergie only won 2 Champions Leagues in.
But that is context, though, because if your whole thing is that you lost to Pep Guardiola, we lost to Pep Guardiola as well, and we lost to a better team than you lost to.
We lost 2 Champions League finals to Real Madrid, but I didn't bring it up.
Them Real Madrid teams were nowhere near the teams of Barca. Nowhere near.
I mean, one of them literally did 3 in a row.
Yeah, where did they finish in 17-18, mate? In the La Liga, where did they finish?
When they 3rd or 4th?
There you go. They finished 3rd. Ronaldo scored. Ronaldo had his worst ever season at Madrid that year.
Yeah, but they still did 3 in a row.
They won 3 in a row because you lot couldn't beat them. That Barca team was what do you call it? That Barca team's now getting done in court for apparently cheating, right? Not allegedly and all that stuff, for paying refs and unexplained payments to refs. They're the greatest players to ever kick a ball. And let's be honest, a bit more luck, and they would have done 4 in a row, because the reason they didn't beat Chelsea in the Champions League semi-final in 2012 was purely based on Petr Cech having an absolute worldie, and the same with Julio Cesar in the game against Inter. If they'd beaten them 2, they probably would have got to the final and at least won one of them and done 3 in a row. Something like that. It was 2001, I'm pretty sure, for 2018. Big up, brother. Big up GSC. I understand. Yeah, I understand the context of Liverpool. I know that. I do agree with that. Like, I do agree that Jurgen Klopp, there is context to be applied. Yeah, when Arteta gets, I think Arteta wins the league this season. I think there is context to be applied. But I'm not really going to say then, if you want to apply that context, you've got to apply that context to Fergie as well. Because if it changed that, bear in mind, there's more context to Fergie. Because when he turned up to Man United, English teams were actually banned from playing in Europe, anyways. So even if he won the league, which he didn't, yeah, because bear in mind, back then you had to win the league to be in the Champions League. Yeah, even if he won he couldn't even play in Europe because ultimately English teams were banned in Europe. Then when he came into Europe and started off, the Italian teams were dominant for a few years. We all know that the Italian teams are the best teams in the world. Do you know what I'm saying? There was different context to what Fergie had as well. Fergie only really built a team that was dominant in Europe in his later years during that Ronaldo period, and we probably should have won another Champions League, but we competed against Barca, got to 3 finals, and then Rooney and Tevez and Ronaldo left, and Rooney was injured, and we played Bayern Munich with none of them, and we lost them in the semi-final, and then they lost to Inter in the final.
Yeah, but this shouldn't be. Fergie doesn't deserve any context.
Oh, but Klopp does.
Well, no, because come on, man. Let's be honest. Look at what Fergie has won.
Yeah, but I'm saying your context about the European record of Man United. Oh, you're not that good. Liverpool fans try and pretend that 3 Champions Leagues is bad. By the way, can you name me 10 clubs that got 3 Champions Leagues? You can't. Do you get what I'm saying? You can't. I think there's only about 6 or 7, in fact. Do you know what I'm saying? And ultimately, we've won 2 in the modern era, which is the same as you, which is the same as Chelsea, which is the same as majority of clubs in the modern era. We've won 2. The only teams that have won more than us in the modern era, I think, are AC Milan, Bayern, Real Madrid, and Barca.
In the modern era?
Yeah. The modern era.
What's the modern era from? What date?
Well, when they started introducing like group stages and stuff like that, rather than it just being 3 games, 4 games in the Champions League, or four, whatever it was. It used to be like, what did it used to be? It used to be, does it used to semi-finals and stuff? I don't know, can't remember. But again, there's context to be added to everything. But ultimately, for me, yeah, like, I agree that Jurgen Klopp's context is the fact that he literally had 92 points and 97 points, and he was up against that Pep team, which was a joke, you know, and the football they both played was far ahead of its time. Do you get what I'm saying? That ultimately Premier League teams took 4 or 5 years to catch up. I think they have.
I'd also argue though that Jurgen Klopp made Man City become good as well, because Man City had no choice but to be good. Otherwise, Liverpool would have cleaned and swooped everything.
He definitely made them better, but ultimately they got 100 points the season before when they had no competition, so they were always going to get them type of tallies. They were always getting them.
You finished behind them that season because you came second.
We got 81 points, so we got 19 points behind them. I think they won the league on the most points ever.
You came. I mean, what was it in the season where it was COVID? Not the season we won it. The next season.
Yeah, we finished 15 points behind them. I'm pretty sure.
I think you finished like 7 or something. Cause I think we finished like 12 behind them.
Nah, you didn't. They finished on 85 points. No, I think we might have finished 14. Might have been, no, 86 points they finished. We finished 15 behind them. Yeah, we finished at 71 points. We finished 5 points out of you. But yeah, ultimately, like, as I say, you can say context to be applied to the Jurgen Klopp thing, but you think Arsenal fans are going to say context to be applied? If Arteta equals Jurgen Klopp's league tally in the Premier League, of course, they're going to push that agenda, and you know that. That's why you're insecure about them winning the league. That's why you are. You know they are. You know they aren't adding context to it. You wouldn't add context to them. Do you know what I'm saying?
Fans, it's not just Arsenal fans, though, right? I wouldn't even, like, if Ruben Amorim, or not Ruben Amorim because he's shit. Let's say Michael Carrick was to win the league this season. I know Man United fans aren't stupid enough and deluded to not even start to push any agenda, but with Mikel Arteta and Arsenal, we will, because that's what that fan base does. They're the most annoying online fan base, and no other team is even comparable to Arsenal fans online. They've probably got the most online fans, to be fair. That's probably one of the reasons why they're so insufferable. Like, I don't know if there's more fan base that has more online fans. Maybe Real Madrid, that's it.
No, Man United have loads of online fans as well, but I don't think...
Yeah, I actually don't think Man United... As much as I hate your club, I actually don't think your fans are actually annoying.
This is what I'm saying, though. You see, when
Because you man have actually won trophies. You've actually, I say, quote, ruined my childhood. Won trophies me growing up. I can't really fight against you lot because you man were actually back in your chat. Your team was actually winning trophies. With Arsenal, they're not. That's why it's insufferable because it's like, what are you doing? Like,
but they might actually win it this season, though.
You're just talking, but there's no walking. With you, man, you actually walked and talked.
But they are walking this season. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, we'll see if they see armpits come into the season. Have you ever seen that West Ham tweet from that West Ham fan saying Declan Rice?
Yeah, Declan Rice.
That tweet's gonna.
It's gonna blow either way, to be honest, because Arsenal fans have got it all on. But
so how many trophies do you think Arsenal will win in the season out of 4?
2.
League and League Cup.
Yeah.
What do you have Man City winning?
Nothing.
Liverpool?
FA Cup.
I hope we can win the FA Cup, man. I really do. But for me, I just want us to try and win the champs. I think people say we have a chance.
Winning the champs. Yeah, winning the champs.
Well, listen, we've done it the hard way. I just got a weird feeling like with how shit this season's been, the worst form since 1953, bantered all over all season. There has to be some sort of light come the end of this season, whether
the FA Cup.
Whether we get to a final of something and we lose, then cool. But I think
the FA Cup, that's your light. The FA Cup.
Fuck the FA Cup.
Well, then you don't. This is why you don't deserve trophies, bro. What are you talking about? FA Cup?
No. I'll take that back. Not fuck the FA Cup. Look, if we win the FA Cup, I would rather win the FA Cup than get top 4.
Yeah, because you're an idiot.
What? Because I want to see.
So if you'd rather finish, if someone said to you right now, you'd finish 4th and win nothing, or finish 6th and win the FA Cup, you're taking the 6th in the FA Cup.
I am taking 6th in the FA Cup.
You do know how damning it would be if you finish 6th in the league.
Oh, I know.
And you're whopping about Michael Elise. You ain't getting him if you ain't in the Champions League. You ain't Man United, bro. Don't think you are. Man United can sign players.
Maybe players that you signed that are world class, right? Because Elise is a world class footballer that you've signed by not being in the Champions League. And don't name the players in the summer because Cunha is not world class, although I think
Paul Pogba.
You didn't have Champions League. Did you have any European football?
We had Europa League. Casemiro. There's 2. There's straight up 2. Lissandro Martinez is world class.
No. Where did you? Sorry.
What does world class mean? What did you say? What did you say?
Where did you? What European football was you playing? With Pogba, not Pogba, Casemiro.
Europa League with Casemiro and Pogba.
That first season, Casemiro, you won the League Cup, right?
Yeah, that was the season he joined.
I'm sure you man had European football, no?
Yeah, we had Europa League. As I just said, we got knocked out by Sevilla. We got banged in the second leg. We were 2-0 up, and then it was 2-2. Varane and Martinez.
We've signed decent players while I've been in the
second leg. What'd you say, bro?
We've signed decent players while I've been in Europa League.
Yeah. I'm not saying you can't sign decent players, but you ain't signing Michael Elise.
Oh, no, we're not. We're not signing Michael Elise if we don't get your Champions League.
So that's what I'm trying to say.
The only way we get Champions League if we sell Salah and Gakpo.
So say that again.
The only way we get Elise is if we get Champions League and we sell Salah and Gakpo.
No, but also he's got to want to join. I'm not saying you can't afford him. I think you can afford Elise. I think Liverpool could spend 100 million on him and give him 350 grand a week. I think they could do that, especially if they sell Salah. But I don't think I don't think he wants to join you. I think he just joined Bayern 2 years ago. I think at least another season at Bayern, and then he might even go Madrid or somewhere, bro. That guy's good enough to play anywhere.
I think he's destined to go to La Liga. However, I think he has his heart set on coming back to the Premiership because originally he wanted to stay in the Premiership.
That's cool. I don't see him joining you lot, to be honest with you. Especially not this summer. But ultimately, my thing is that whole logic of FA Cup finish 6th. You're not Crystal Palace, bro. Respectfully, you're not Crystal Palace. You're not Newcastle. Like, you're not one of these tin pot clubs that are in desperate need of a trophy. You're the most successful club in the country. You all keep telling everyone. So you don't need the trophy, really. You'd rather the Champions League.
Okay, so just say no to an FA Cup then.
No, because you can. Firstly, your football club should be going for both Champions League and an FA Cup. But let's say you had a hypothetical when you could only get one or the other. You should say Champions League because next season you could win the Champions League.
All right then, would you rather win the FA Cup or top 4?
This season,
I'm
taking top 4.
It depends on what players you're offering me if we get Europa League. If we still get a decent centre-back, a decent winger, we can get, like, let's say...
I can win the FA Cup another year. I won't be able to... I will be able to get Champions League football another year. However, if I don't have Champions League football this summer, it could push me back a year. Because people like I want to get Anderson, I want to get a Bruno G, I want to get a Tonali, I want to get a Walton.
How is reaction?
I need Champions League football to say, look, we're Man United, bro. We've got Champions League football. We're on our way back. You want to join us? Join us. You know what I'm saying? If we got Europa League, it brings us down a peg.
No, it just depends on what play. If you're offering me like the most dusty ass players, then yeah, give me Champions League. But if we still get, let's say, an Adam Wharton or Elliot Anderson, we still get a decent winger, we still get a decent centre back in, like a Schlotterbeck or whoever, then yeah, cool, let's run it. But if not, and the players are just like, I don't know, fucking Taram, who we've been linked with, then yeah, give me Champions League. I always want to be in the champs. See, you man in the chat, right? Who does M16 support?
Liverpool.
Oh my god, bro. Bro, Liverpool have always been a cup team. How can you say no to a cup?
This is the Man City fan predicting his next couple of games. You are not beating West Ham 4-1, mate. I'm telling you now, West Ham, that Jared Bowen dagger is going to hit like crack in the 80s, bruv. But yeah, Liverpool fans do live in their own bubble. You're well right. They do live in their own bubble. Do you get what I'm saying? They think they've got the best everything. Do you get what I'm saying? Everything about Liverpool is the best.
Because I also don't want... I feel like you man might win a trophy next season, so I want to also keep adding to the tally.
Yeah, you can, but you can delay it all the time. Eventually we're gonna have more trophies than you. You can delay it all you want. Eventually we are gonna have more trophies than you.
It also depends. If we win the FA Cup, does Slot stay? If you're saying to me you get Champions League football and Slot goes, I'm taking the Champions League football and Slot goes.
But I think he goes other way. You can win the FA Cup and get Champions League football, and he might still go.
If he wins the Champions League, he will not be sacked.
How do you know that?
Because I just can't see this club not sacking him after winning the Champions League. Unless...
What is the problem with Arne Slot? Because ultimately, you're still competing for top 4, which is good for Liverpool. Do you get what I'm saying? They're a top 4 side. You always has been a top 4 side.
Okay, so wait, why you're like 500 million? We should be winning the league. We should be winning the league.
Man City spent that as well.
Yeah, but look at the players we signed. Alexander Isak, one of the best strikers in the Premier League. I think everyone.
He's been injured the whole season. He's not turned up.
No, but I'm talking at the current time. He was literally top 2, top 3 strikers in the Premier League.
He still is, but he hasn't turned up since he joined Liverpool when he's injured.
Top 3 attacking midfielders.
In the Bundesliga, not definitely. I would
say.
Hold on. What do you mean top 3 attacking midfielders? What do you mean by that?
Like top 3 attacking 10s
in the world.
Yeah, name me 3 better attacking 10s than Florent.
Bruno Fernandes.
No, not including this season when we signed him.
Bruno Fernandes is always better than Wirtz.
Oh my god!
Today, yesterday, twice on a Sunday, mate.
Bruno Fernandes, I've seen you man rage at Bruno. I don't know why you lot are all gassing up Bruno now. You guys all wanted him gone in the summer to Saudi. Now you're going around saying, I saw a clip the other day from what's that, Beth from United Stand or something. Is Bruno Fernandes a better player than Steven Gerrard if he somehow wins Man United the Champions League? Now you guys are all in love with him again.
Well, obviously Bruno Fernandes is not better than Steven Gerrard. However, Bruno Fernandes is a better player than Florian Wirtz.
No, he is not, bro. Bruno
What is
Fernandes.
Florian Wirtz better than you taking the mick? Is this guy having me
You
on?
know what? I'm gonna use what Roms does on Twitter. Yeah, so he thinks Salah with his GA and stuff. I don't rate Bruno Fernandes outside of his GA.
Well, he creates the most chances in the league.
What grenade?
He's the best creator in the league every year, pretty much. He's it.
But when your team has been so shit for years and you've got a half decent player, you're gonna constantly throw the ball to him, and he's gonna be making the moves.
Oh, is it? Oh, is it?
Am I wrong?
Lads, who does that remind you of, lads? Who does that remind you of? Because I know a certain captain that slipped when it mattered most. And I'm not talking about Slippy T. I'm talking about Slippy G. You get what I'm saying? So if we're going to use that logic, then we can use the same logic for Gerrard.
God.
Florian Wirtz would drown in Man United, bro. He would drown in Man United. He would never do what Bruno Fernandes has done for this football club. Never in a million years.
Mate, you literally said in the summer we have the best midfield in the league.
Yeah. And McAllister and Gravenberch are both falling off a cliff.
I'm going to give Gravenberch a pass, if I'm being honest.
I can admit when I'm wrong, bro. You ain't got a better midfield than Man City. You ain't got a better midfield than Arsenal. You probably ain't even got a better midfield than us at the minute. That's it. It's true. Right now, McAllister and Gravenberch, for me, were two of the best midfielders in the Premier League last season.
Who starts from your midfield and goes in straight into a Liverpool team from the midfield?
Kobe Mainoo starts.
I like Kobe Mainoo, but no.
Exactly what you need, a ball player. Way more preference than any of your midfielders. And Bruno Fernandes starts. Bruno Fernandes would be your best player in your team. Or definitely your best attacker.
I would rather take current Casemiro from your team. I think he's been good this season.
Yeah, he has been good this season, but I could understand if someone would take Gravenberch over Casemiro because of just profile-wise. Do you get what I'm saying? I could hear it. And I think in your current team, I do think Gravenberch suits the way you're playing more than Casemiro would. But ultimately, again, like you say, this summer, yeah, Liverpool got their first ever 7 out of 10. You got your first ever 7 out of 10, and you treated her like she was a 10 out of 10. Do you get what I'm saying?
Who?
Liverpool, you got your first ever 7 out of 10. You thought it was a 10 out of 10. You got Wirtz and Isak, who were both very good football players. But Alexander Isak and Florian Wirtz are not the pedestal you thought you signed. You just overpaid for them. So you went to a certain house or a bar. Let's say you went to a bar, a VIP bar, and it was a 7 out of 10 in the bar. And you overpaid so much money for drinks to get that 7 out of 10. And then when you got the 7 out of 10, you thought she was because you thought he was a 10 out of 10. Turned out she wasn't actually that good in bed. And ultimately, do you get what I'm saying? She's just a standard 7 out of 10. You lot now seem to think that is the norm, but that isn't the norm. Just because you signed Florian Wirtz and Alexander Isak, which, by the way, who actually wanted Alexander Isak? Be honest. Tell me you actually were willing to pay that money for Alexander Isak. No, they didn't want to pay that money. Don't tell me they did not want to pay that money. Huh?
Yeah, but when you've got Newcastle constantly coming out and saying he's not for sale, you're gonna have to pay 150. It's gonna put teams off. And if we're looking at
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So when you say Arsenal,
if we're looking at teams,
you don't want to pay the money for him.
No, but let's just look at the teams. Real Madrid aren't going to play it. They've got Kylian Mbappe up front. Bayern Munich, Kane. Man City, Haaland. So the only teams that was interested in a striker.
You just proven the exact point. They didn't want to buy anyone. They didn't want to buy him because all them strikers you just named are better than him. So they've already got better strikers.
And the teams that wanted strikers in the summer, so mine and your team, Chelsea, Arsenal.
Yeah, we couldn't afford it. I'm not saying we would have got him over you, by the way. I'm not saying we would have. I'm glad we didn't, by the way. I'm much glad we got Sesko. I'd rather Sesko than Isak.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'd rather Sesko than Isak.
You wanted Gyökeres, mate.
Yeah, I did want Gyökeres. I take that back. I get things wrong. I'm not saying Sesko is better than Isak, by the way. Before someone tries to say that, I said that. I didn't say that. But Sesko is fit 80% of the season. Isak is fit 60% of the season.
Yeah, but he had no pre-season and he was already coming back off an injury.
Yeah, but he's had injury problems at Newcastle. He's always had injury problems. Do you know what I'm saying?
He stayed fit last season by one match, like 4 games in the Premier League. Played like 34 games. So his record last season was actually very good.
Yeah,
like
season, bro. Fairs.
And for me, I also think a big thing needs to be applied of context. the way that we've used Virch. We've not like in the first part of the season, we wasn't even utilizing to his strengths.
Yeah, same with Sesko. Sesko has been injured, to be fair. You're right. He had a little injury at the mid-season,
So
I think.
a lot of our players, we wasn't playing to their strengths.
Yeah, we can say the same thing about all our players.
I genuinely think
we had a way worse manager than you had. We had a Hodgson level manager, bro. That's what we had. He was getting possibly. He was possibly getting out.
Ruben Amorim was going to take you to the promised land. You know, you're back from the Stretford end on that.
Yeah, and Arnie Slot, he bought you number 20. Would you
be honest Slot out if you was a Liverpool fan?
No, mate. Arnie Slot in for life, mate.
No, be honest. If he was a Liverpool
fan, lad, he want us number 20, lad. He's bossy him and Arnie, lad. You know what I mean, kid? Listen, I think you lot overdo it, personally. I think he's actually got you at your level. I don't think you should be title challenger now. I actually deep it because I think ultimately your players last season, a lot of them, if you actually look at your players last season overperformed. Like Salah did something ridiculous last season. He got 45 G8 in 38. Was it? He played all games, didn't he? Played every game in the Premier League last season, didn't it? He got 45 G8. Do you know what I'm saying? Gravenberch had his actual had an actual good season. This season,
he's not had world-class players like Alisson, obviously the guy at right back.
What does world class mean? Can you tell me what world class means?
For me, I've always said world class is top 3 in the position
in the world.
Yeah,
but then you see, 10 years ago, would you consider Alexis Sanchez world class?
Depends on what position you put him in, because he was.
Well, he plays left wing, and he wouldn't have been top 3 left wingers in the world because there was Neymar, Hazard, and Ronaldo.
Well, considering the amount of competition, I think there is allowances.
That's what I'm saying. So that the whole top 3 in the world doesn't make sense to me.
In today's day and age, I don't think every single position has 3 positions. I don't think every single position has 3 world-class players in it.
Yeah, I don't. That's what I'm saying. For me, world class is I just have to see it, and I don't even use the
world class. For me, it evolves and it changes.
That's what I'm saying. I can't say Alisson is still world class. Back in his prime, yeah.
So what 3 goalkeepers? If you're using my logic of top 3, in the
your logic, Donnarumma's better than him. David Raya is better than him.
David Raya,
Courtois is better than him. There's 3
better. I'd rather take your goalkeeper Lemens.
Yeah, Lemens is cold. Lemens is cold, isn't it? Do you get what I'm saying? I said it that Lemens has been the sign of the summer. Personally, him or Donnarumma has definitely been the sign of the summer this season. Ultimately, they've completely transformed their sides, and
I think Mateus Cunha's been better, but
yeah, but no, he hasn't been.
Because I like watching players like
Lemens, no chance. Cunha and Boyman that they're all here, and Lemens. Before Lemens signed, we lost 3 and 6. We lost 3 and 6. We've lost 3 games since then in the league. And we're in March. We lost 3 games since then in the league. That's how pivotal we.
Is the Lemens player of the season?
No, Bruno Fernandes is.
I wouldn't even say Bruno Fernandes. You know,
Lemens is definitely like top 3, probably, but I wouldn't say he's better than Bruno Fernandes.
I think top 3 is Lemens, Mateus Cunha. You probably do put Bruno in there. I think
Cunha did start quite slow. Cunha's stats started slow. He didn't start off. I thought some performances were good against Arsenal.
Yeah, but fuck stats or whatever with Cunha. Like what Cunha's done on and off the ball is very underrated.
What is you lot's problem with Slot, by the way? What is this whole? Because you see this whole total football thing. I think it's so jarring. It's the most annoying thing.
Let's just take for example his press conferences when he's coming out in a press.
Oh yeah, no, I hear that.
When he's coming out and saying he's glad to be out of competitions, for me, that doesn't sit well with me. That questions your mentality. Like, why are you glad to be out of the League Cup? Liverpool have won the League Cup the most times out of every single team. You should not be glad to be out of a cup competition. You can say, yes, we've got more games. We've got other games to focus on, if you want to put it like that. But don't come out and say, yeah, I'm kind of glad to be out of a cup. He's just not vocal on the touchline. There's no connection with the fan base. There's no real direction in terms of, is this guy going to turn it around? With Klopp, there was a bit of a foundation. There was an actual grudge. I think what went wrong for Slot. Look, I don't regret his winning the league, but I actually think him winning the league in his first season is actually costing him a little bit. I think if he had a 4th place,
yeah, I agree. No, do you know why I agree? Because ultimately, you lot thought that was your standard, and it wasn't your standard. Because I'll tell you why.
I didn't think it was. I had the
best team in the league. I also last season, Man City and Arsenal. This is what I'm trying to say about timing. Arne Slot won the league title in his first season. Jurgen Klopp he had 97 points, didn't win the league because he was competing against easier teams. Man City and Arsenal had a bad year last season, and that's ultimately coincided with you lot having a decent year and winning the league, right? What it is with me, the thing with what I don't get, right, is the whole football. Oh, the football's so boring. Can someone tell me a team in this Premier League? And I've been saying about Arsenal, and I've been saying about my club. Yeah, this whole, oh, Man United didn't play well against Everton. Yes, we did. We did exactly what we had to do. We played the game in front of us. But people want us to, you know what I'm saying? And it really does grind. And this is what I'm starting to despise Pep Guardiola and Barcelona even more. I'm starting to hate, especially Barcelona, even more because they've branded, breeded a generation of football fans that think football should only be played in one way. And the only way you should play football is get your centre-backs on the halfway line and tell everyone to start popping the ball. They do know, people do know, yeah, that only a certain group of footballers can play that football. You know that, right? And then there's only a certain group of that certain group that can play the football to the top level. And even in the Premier League, no team in the Premier League can play Barcelona's way anymore because Pep Guardiola could do it 6-7 years ago because the league wasn't built to stop that football because the Premier League teams didn't build for that. And also, there were actually much better footballers back then. Now the footballers have got worse and the Premier League have gone more athletically.
That's why we're struggling. We don't have an athletic midfield as opposed to Man City and Arsenal.
You don't have enough. For me, the reason why Liverpool are struggling is their attack aren't beneficial to each other, which isn't his fault. Mo Salah, Ekitike, and Gakpo are not a good front three together.
Well, it is because he sold Luis Diaz as well. Didn't bring in a replacement.
Yeah, but Luis Diaz wanted to leave. That's Liverpool. That's Liverpool. That's Liverpool's entire policy. If you want to leave, they sell you.
Well, that's where Slot needs to grow a fucking pair of balls and say we need a winger because
he did. He asked for Barcola, bruv, and you lot said he asked for Barcola, didn't he? I'm sure he asked for Barcola in the summer.
From what I saw, I know it was interesting, but I think it was very much like if we don't get Isak, we're going to try and get Barcola, which I didn't quite understand. The attack is far too unpredictable. Mo Salah is just literally it's like where's Wally on the pitch.
That's what I'm saying. And
Gakpo is literally like a Word document. It's copy and paste. Literally do a fake shot, cross the ball, do a fake shot.
This is what I'm trying to say. So this is what I'm trying to say. And
he has no pace.
Liverpool fans for me are so
it's very much reliant on Hugo Ekitike.
I don't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they are. But again, bro, Liverpool fans for me are so ungrateful for what Arne Slot's done for your football club. Ultimately, what he has said, I understand is
he's actually setting us back because if we don't get Champions League football, in my opinion, I think we're fucked.
You lot are going to be in. You know what? Yeah, you lot are going to be in for a rude awakening when that Xabi Alonso gets the job. You know that, right? You're going to be in for a rude awakening. You think you're just going to click and you're going to be challenging for leagues again? No, you lot are in for a rude awakening, mate. You are good for, especially with how, especially I know. Yeah, Xabi Alonso went to Real Madrid, right? This is what I'm saying. Xabi Alonso the same thing Arne Slot's doing right now. He just relies on his players to winning games.
Very well because we have the players.
He completely tweaked his system and said, "I can't play the way I played at Leverkusen at Real Madrid because ultimately." These players will not listen to it, bro. They don't want to play that football. They just want to play the simple football. Yeah, which for me, I don't know. It just winds me up. These tacticals and all these Pep Guardiola and mate, just go outside and touch grass, bro, please. It's the most annoying style of football of all time because, again, it's branded a generation of football fans that think football should only be played in one way. We went to Everton a few weeks ago and beat them 1-0. We didn't concede any clear-cut chances. And we had one or two. No, we had a 2 or 3 clear-cut chances. We took one of them, won the game 1-0. That is for me objectively a good performance. Oh, just because he's not entertaining. There's a difference between good football and entertaining football. Arne Slot, for majority of his time at Liverpool, has played good football. He hasn't played entertaining football a lot of the time. And there was a period of time where the football got worse and he was losing games, and it was suicide football. Well, you were saying it was suicide football when he was playing way too open and he was leaving no too many rooms in the midfield and stuff like that. And it just weren't working. It just weren't working. It weren't clicking. This, for me, I think Liverpool fans are just ungrateful to him. Do you know what I mean? Arne Slot in. Form of play entertaining football. Where are they in the league, mate? And I guarantee you they don't, mate. I guarantee you, Mustafa, you watch Bournemouth against the big teams. Watch Bournemouth play Brentford. Watch Bournemouth play Leeds. Let's see how entertaining how entertaining their football is when they play them teams. Because I guarantee you it's not entertaining as everyone thinks it is.
Well, no, because they're not going to go hard at Man City, are they?
Damn. Anyways,
But no, also another thing on Slot, he is setting us back because if we don't get Champions League, Arsenal will get stronger, Man City will get stronger. I think what happens with you guys, whether you keep Carrick or you get an Enrique, whoever, I think you guys are going to improve. Chelsea, Newcastle, I think their process is just going to have to restart again. So the main three big teams are going to go far ahead because you might not going to get Champions League football. You're going to sign players. I think you're starting to finally get some things right. Arsenal's going to keep doing their thing. I think they're going to try and get a Tonali. I think Man City will spend loads. So it is a massive concern.
hear that. We're gonna wrap up, anyways, lads. Make sure. Go on. What you gonna say, bro?
So yeah, and you saw it when we got Europa League last time. You know,
Yeah, you signed some good players. Though.
we fell off in the back end of the season because it was too much.
Oh yeah,
Thursday, Sunday, Thursday,
yeah.
Sunday.
No, you're right. To be fair, yeah. Smash the likes up, people. We're gonna go. We're not redirecting to anyone, but make sure you lot. I might do a watch long for Liverpool Galatasray. I don't know yet. I'm gonna get some food. But yeah, big up to everyone. As I say, smash the likes up, hit the sub button up, subscribe to Reacts as well. His links in the title as well. Big up everyone in the chat. I'm out, people. Bless.
Bless up, people, man.